Appreciate it. My name is Proctor. I am a country doctor. I'm from so far back in the hills, you can pipe in the sunshine and pipe out the moonshine. Thank you so much. I'm from the shadows of the everlasting Kentucky hills and the crossroads of the methamphetamine trade, Southern Kentucky. Here to honor our man, Brad. Where are you, Brad?
Right here.
Oh, right there. Hello, Brad. Let's give a big hand to Brad on his 50th birthday. That's wonderful. A man of honor, a man of reason, a man of great contemplation and great love by his fellow man, and a man of stunning good looks. But that's enough about me. Let's talk about Brad for a minute here. In the spirit of respect and decorum, I would respectfully ask all of you to please hold your applause until it's for me. I was going to start out with a joke that is so funny. It's so funny, it make your hair fall out. But apparently some of you already heard it. You know, ever since I got my license back, well, almost, I've been heading up a clinic, and actually I had a patient there. I hope to not do any HIPAA violations. Mark Davis came into my clinic. He said, Dr. Proctor, I got a bad headache. What do I do about my headache? I said, here's what I want you to do. Stick your head out that window over there, start screaming and yelling, making nasty faces. He said, what guy gonna do for my headache? I said, nothing, but I hate my neighbors. Feller comes in. I said, sir, you're dying. You ain't got much longer to live. He said, Dr. Proctor, how much time do I have? I said, 10. He said, 10? 10 weeks, 10 months, 10 years? I said, no, 10, 9, 8. On the opposite end of the spectrum, I had a feller come in. I looked him over. I said, sir, according to my calculations and estimations, you are going to live to the ripe old age of 85 years old. He said, I am 85 years old. I said, see, I got you covered. Jared Layton comes in. He said, Dr. Proctor, my colon is burning. I said, don't worry, it just means someone's been talking about it. My wife came in, well actually Wendy McNevin came in. Wendy McNevin comes in my office. She needs some surgery, and so I was doing a pre-anesthetic evaluation. I said, do you have any problems with anesthesia? She said, no, but I try not to talk to her if I don't have to. Joel Hill comes in my office. He said, Dr. Proctor, before you see me, I just want you to know your last patient dropped dead walking out of your office. I said, do me a favor. Go down there and turn him around, make it look like he dropped dead walking in. Had a patient come in, I looked him over real good. I said, sir, I got some bad news, and I got some very bad news. He said, what's the bad news? I said, you got 24 hours to live. He said, what's the very bad news? I was supposed to tell you yesterday. Patient asked me, actually, that was Bishop Merrill. Comes in, he says, I've had COVID and I have a lingering cough. What do I do about my lingering cough? I said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go down here to Walgreens, buy yourself a package of X-Lax, take the whole thing tonight. He said, what am I going to do? What's I going to do with my cough? I said, nothing, but tomorrow you'll be afraid to cough. Walked in, had a feller. I said, sir, how you doing? He said, I make a nice living. Turns out he was in the financial sector, and I had a few $100s to invest. I said to him in a quiet voice, I said, what's the latest dope on Wall Street? He said, my son. I said, I need to talk to an investment firm. He recommended Schwartz, Schwartz, and Schwartz. So I picked up the phone and I called them. And I said, let me speak to Mr. Schwartz. He said, he's on vacation. He won't be back for 2 weeks. I said, let me speak to Mr. Schwartz. He said, he's on sabbatical. Won't be back for a month. I said, let me speak to Mr. Schwartz. He said, speaking. Brad Hart came in my office. As I walked into the office, I said, hello, Brad, and he was holding out a $5 bill. I said, Brad, I'm well compensated as a highly qualified physician. Why would you be giving me money? He said, because you're one of the poorest doctors I've ever had. I looked him over real good. I said, Brad, you're going to need surgery. It's going to cost you $8,000. He said, Dr. Proctor, that sounds serious. What have I got? I said, $8,000. Well, we eventually came to the point where Brad was going to surgery. And we're at the surgery center, and I'm waiting in the operating room. We're waiting around. Brad's not showing up. I go over to pre-op. I said, where's Brad? They said, well, he's over here in the restroom. What happened? And then I hear, ouch! A little while later, ouch! A little while later, ouch! I stuck my head in there. I said, Brad, what's going on? We got to go to surgery. He said, Dr. Proctor, I'm sitting here on the toilet. Every time I flush the toilet, something comes out of it and squeezes me on the buttocks. I said, Brad, you're sitting on the mop bucket. Those of you that clean the church know what I'm talking about. I do a little work in the emergency room. I'm a highly qualified emergency physician. Had a fella come in, he said, Dr. Proctor, it hurts when I press here, and when I press here, and when I press here, and when I press here. I said, sir, your finger's broken. Michelle Hart comes in. She says, Dr. Proctor, I got a problem with my eyeballs. I said, what's the problem? She said, I get up in the morning, and all I see is pink polka-dotted monkeys. I said, have you seen an ophthalmologist? She said, no, just pink polka-dotted monkeys. I saw Greg Johnson in the ER. I looked him over real good. I turned to his wife and I said, I don't like the looks of your husband. She said, Doc, I don't either. He's a good provider, so do what you can. Had a fella come in. He was all beat up. He had a split lip, busted nose, black eye. I said, what happened? He said, well, Dr. Proctor, I was talking to my wife. I asked her what she wanted for her birthday. She said she wanted something brand new that goes from 0 to 200 really fast. I said, what'd you get her? He said, a bathroom scale. As many of you know, the medical profession needs to be kept up with continuing medical education. And I was at a medical conference at a hotel in Alabama, and I went to the front desk to complain about a problem with my room. I said to the clerk, sir, I've got a leak in my bathroom sink. He said, go ahead. At that conference, I met a doctor who seemed to be highly trained in the Ivy League. I said, did you go to Harvard? He said, Yale. I said, did you go to Harvard? On my way home from the conference, I was stopped by an Alabama state trooper. And he stopped and had the blue lights flashing, walks up to my car, taps on the window. I open the window. He said, sir, you got any ID? I said, about what? Tough crowd tonight. I do dabble a little bit in the psychiatric profession. And I had a man come in who thought he was the invisible man. I said, sir, I cannot see you today. And another fella comes in, he says, Dr. Proctor, do I have an inferiority complex? I said, no, you're just inferior. I looked a patient over one time, talked to him after many months of treatment. Finally, I came to the conclusion, sir, you are crazy. He said, can I get a second opinion? I said, yeah, you're ugly too. And finally, a man comes into my office, a psychiatry, wearing nothing but saran wrap. I said, sir, I can clearly see your nuts. Thank you very much.